And we're in.
What's up, everybody? This is Matt of the Freedom Paradox, along with
Scott Marshall of the Oath Accountability Project.
And I'm Bill Godin.
And this is Question Your Perception live on Facebook. So what's up, everybody? How are you guys doing? As you can see, we've got a brand new setup here. We've also got this awesome call-in line up over here. Call us. We will be on all night with you guys. You can give us a ring, and we will talk to you live on air. So, other than that, how has everybody's week been?
I am having a blast chilling on this nice sunny beach. It's awesome that we could bring this podcast to you from this great beach here. It's
and still somehow the debate reaches us all the way out here.
Oh my God! Like that debate was insane. Let me tell you.
Okay. I found myself rooting for Donald Trump, surprisingly.
It was scary.
It just for the fact that the man is just an excellent, just fuck you guy.
Uh-huh.
Like, he's just the best. I'm gonna work to bring up our comments here so that,
Yeah, that's what I was doing too, so I could take a look and see what's going on here. If you hear any of the audio, which you shouldn't, I was going to apologize. But yeah, getting some of our comments up here, just in case that we can't have you guys call in live, just having you be able to drop your comments down on the video would be just as awesome. So we're working on trying to get that line of communication open as well. But remember, guys, go ahead and call in up here at 872-267-2578. We are waiting for your call.
So the debate. The debate. This guy right here is one of my favorite guys. He just seems so upset.
He's angry about something.
Oh my God!
Just the whole time he's like, "These motherfuckers, look at them." Like,
yeah, we were. They open it up saying that all these guys are and ladies are there to
ask a question,
but also to not have a predetermined
candidate that they're going to vote for. Right.
You look at this man right here, and he is mean mugging hardcore. Like, you can tell either he has decided fuck both of them, or he's got an enemy and he's staring her down.
I mean, he didn't look pleased when either of them were talking. So
yeah, really.
I just want to find this man and talk to him, figure out what's going on.
What was his question that he rolled into the building with?
I think, wasn't it the Obamacare question?
What? No, that was a different. Wow, nope, that was a different guy.
It was. I actually thought it was.
Oh God,
Bill.
Ouch.
They don't all.
What?
Oh man. Well, guys, if you want to call it, that was
the other black guy in the audience.
Oh, there were only two.
Oh shit.
Here we go.
Shit. You were watching this, right?
You know I was.
Yeah, so were we. How did you miss all this? So, guys, we see we have quite a bit of you here. Don't forget, call in 872-267-2578. We would love to hear from you if you guys have a question concerning the debate or just freaking anything. We will talk to you.
They had 100 people in the audience. They asked 4 questions.
Well,
I mean, you can see where I get a little confused.
Okay,
They asked 4
now
questions,
that last
but
question.
answered none.
That last question.
Oh, what do you like about each other?
Okay,
By the white fat Albert.
That was a different guy. This was a different guy.
Yeah, how'd you screw that up?
No, I don't think it was.
No, it's not the red shirt.
Sweater.
No, it wasn't red sweater.
I thought red sweater was
No,
fine.
this was after the red sweater.
No.
Oh,
yeah.
you're right. You're right.
Yeah. So the guy stands up and he asks, "What's something good that you would say about your opponent?" And if I was sitting even across in the other side of the room, I'd have stood up and I'd have been like, "Shut the fuck up, dude! Like, nobody cares about your positive attitude here. Okay, I just want to see these two fight."
I didn't even want to hear about the issues. I could care less. I just want. I mean,
I just wanted to see him fight.
Just Donald Trump with his dropping. Yeah, you'd be in jail.
Boom. The only thing that would have made that even better would have been a mic drop.
Oh,
if he would have mic dropped, I would have voted absentee for him right now.
When he's 3-on-1, seems fair. Seems fair. It's just the whole time he's like dropping hints that they're fucking him over.
Yep.
And I think they kind of were. Anderson Cooper's overstepping his bounds a
3-on-1.
little
Oh,
bit.
and
3-on-1.
the lady, I mean, at one point she's debating him.
Now, I want everybody here who is a first-time watcher to understand that we don't support any of them.
No.
Yeah, there's no possible way that we can support either one of these candidates. They're both
Horrible.
horrible fucking people that really just want to perpetuate the fuck barrel that is the United States of America. So we're coming at this with some really outsider views, but at the end of the day, I'd say Trump won.
Yeah.
Oh,
Trump-
yeah.
Trump won
I
that
don't think it was
debate.
even close. You messaged me pretty quick. Trump won, or
Yeah.
Scott did, or somebody did.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah, he right from the time where he actually went on the offensive.
Oh yeah.
I mean, there was
Which was almost instantaneous.
Right. I think Hillary started it.
She
But-
tried.
and failed miserably.
Okay. My thing is, how is it that they haven't brought up his pending rape trial?
I think they're just sitting on it.
And how is it that he's not talking about her health?
Deals.
Yeah, maybe.
Like a no-fly zone. Like, come on, these are off limits.
And last night's debate, I thought there was going to be no-fly zones.
Yeah.
I mean, he's bringing up Bill Clinton,
Oh,
Paula
he-
Jones.
He's rolling in
Oh.
there with the victims.
Oh, dude,
with
he
the
had
victims.
the
That's
victims of the rape that Hillary Clinton defended. Like,
that's like when you're going in to get child support, you roll your 5 kids in with you so the judge makes a really good. That's exactly what he did. He was like, "Come on, kids. Come
I mean,
on.
and they cut
need support."
the bill
Oh my
when
god.
he said Paula Jones.
yeah,
and
he was
they're
just like,
"Yep."
he had that like, if this room wasn't full of cameras, this is my rapey face.
if looks could kill.
Yeah.
Oh,
Oh
yeah.
my god. Yeah.
But Trump. At one point, Bill, I think, was thinking, hey, I'm going back to the hotel where they're at.
Right.
He already had the first go around with them,
It's like, fuck it, put me on a plane.
but he had to show up like the dutiful husband,
Oh, well, yeah, I mean, I think that's the deal they entered into long ago.
Right.
You get presidency first, and then no matter what happens, you stick with me, I'll stick with you. We'll get you in there as well.
Kind of like Kobe and his
Money.
wife, Ray Rice, and his girlfriend. Yeah.
Oh, wow.
I just
I don't think
wonder.
nobody punching nobody in no escalators.
I wonder how much.
Ray.
I wonder how much Bernie Sanders cries at the end of each one of these debates.
What does he? What he comes out and backs Hillary?
Them 75-year-olds.
What is that?
I think the man was threatened.
Oh yeah.
Do you
absolutely.
really? It almost has to be. I mean, he went out. Nope, we're not backing Hillary. Nope, we're not backing Hillary. We're staying in the race. We're staying in the race. And then at the end of the day, you come out and you back Hillary.
My question is, all the campaign funds that they donated to him, what happens when he just drops out? What happens to the money? Did it go to
think they-
Hillary?
well,
Did
the
it go to the
I mean, the
Democratic?
DNC, I actually think rolls it over to Hillary. I'm pretty sure that.
I'm not sure about that. If anybody out there knows more about this than we do, please go ahead and give us a call in. What happens to campaign funds after a candidate drops out? Does it go back to them? Is it kind of like a slush fund that they get? Do they have to roll it back into their party, or do they have to roll it into a candidate of their choosing? If
I
one
would
of you
think-
guys out there has an answer, please call 872-267-2578.
I would like to think that maybe he would donate it to charity.
Who? Bernie?
Yeah.
Yeah, possibly. Hillary's putting it right in her.
Yeah, she's going to put it
her
right into the
foundation.
Hillary
She's like,
Foundation.
Another billion for the Hill.
Last night as I was watching this with Scott, because we were watching it over a Google Hangout, I said to him, Scott, I want you to look at both these candidates, and I want you to look at them real hard. And I want you to tell me, which one do you think is less likely to put you in a cage for the things that you believe? And I've yet to get an answer. I don't have one. I look at them, and I see that capability in both of them.
Oh yeah. I mean, Trump has pretty much come out and said it. I mean, if you're an immigrant, he's gonna lock you up somewhere.
We've got Eric White saying that they donate it, and Adrian, I don't know how to say your last name, Petrus, saying, "Can you get me $1 million?" Listen, unfortunately, you're gonna have to go do
Get in
what.
line. Get in line.
Hey, yeah,
Get in
I'm
fucking
first.
line.
Yeah. Go
I
do what
called
Kanye did. Get a hold of Jay-Z. Ask.
Yeah. or you could do what Nelly did and just ask a bunch of people to play your song on Spotify. But I guess first you need to make a song and then get it
It's
on
a lot
the Spotify.
of work here, dude. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't even think that worked out for him. I think he got like $1,000 from that or something. I'm making shit up, but seems logical.
Hey, that's what we
right?
do. I know somebody else that makes up a lot of facts. I've heard that before.
Hillary Trump.
Oh, well,
Same
So-
person.
on a national stage.
So, and it's really funny. After the debate's over, you always see they start interviewing people, and they tell you.
Pundits.
Well, not even the pundits. I saw they were interviewing the audience members. And,
Oh, yeah.
And the audience members, like, they found a particular group that decided they liked Hillary Clinton, and they got to this one guy and they were like, "So why did you decide Hillary Clinton?" And he's like, "Well, I've been sitting here thinking about it, and I think I like Trump better." And then they just cut to somebody else.
Yeah. It's like, oh, nope, shut him down.
I mean, you had the whole audience was brought in under the premise that they didn't really have a candidate they're going to vote for.
Yeah.
But you watch their reactions; those guys know who they're voting for.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, they're vetted. I mean, you know they're vetted.
Yeah.
These guys have opinions.
They had to be all Hillary supporters, but did you hear the was it boos against Hillary when she like deflected a question that Donald Trump asked?
I
Asked her?
believe so. Yeah.
At
It
the
was.
beginning?
Yes.
She got a lot of boos, and I was like, man, this crowd is
Ah.
not a Hillary crowd.
Okay, Lori Maloney Snyder asked, I'm confused, why is the black guy circled? Okay, nothing racist at all. All it comes down to is just look at him. He is mean mugging. Like,
We like him.
I mean, look at her. She asked a question at one point, too, and she's kind of got this really disappointed face on is what she's hearing, but he's just mean mugging.
But look at the guy next to him.
Yeah.
To get the bald guy.
Oh, yeah.
He's
yeah.
very like, huh?
Yeah.
Huh?
Yeah.
What was that again?
That's the only reason why they're circled. There was earlier as well. I've seen a couple memes made off of that him mean mugging like that.
Yeah, I made a meme, and it kind of in one of the groups it got shared a shit ton of times, and I just took the screenshot, circled them, and put it in the comments for reference. And I thought it was a funny picture to use here tonight.
Yeah,
so that's why.
it's no racial overtones whatsoever.
Nope, it's just
well,
he
I mean, I
gave
didn't
one of the
say
best.
anything.
He gave one of the best visual
It's funny
reactions.
you guys just immediately started. It's not racist, I promise.
Well, you have to
Nobody
sometimes.
even accused us of racism. It's like you're snitching on yourself, man.
I didn't circle it.
Listen, considering we did an earlier podcast today and had somebody call in and decide to just play the whole social justice warrior with us and try to troll us, I'm just gonna go ahead and lop that one off right at the get go and just say, nothing racist about this. So remember, guys, speaking of call-in line, 872-267-2578. Get out your phone and call us. Come on, Facebook. We want to talk to you.
Yeah, we want to hear what you think. Even if you want to call us and tell us, "Fuck you," quit sharing your podcast in our group, because I know that's why you're here.
Because we're splashing a lot of you.
Yeah.
We have a message. We want to get it out and hoping that you guys are enjoying it. It seems like quite a few of you are here and staying with us, which is really cool. And we'd love to, hear more from you, whether it's you have a question about what you saw last night on the debate, or you honestly just have whatever shower thought is drifting through your brain. We would love to discuss it with someone. So either drop it in the chat here and we will directly talk about it there, or give us a ring.
I wonder how many people are here to hear about the Titanic, which we haven't even mentioned yet.
Yeah,
'Cause
trust me,
that's coming. The Titanic thing is coming. We're just we're addressing just kind of what everybody's talking about. Donald Trump with grabbing pussies or whatever.
Oh my god. Yeah, so you know
I
what?
just want to say, who doesn't love to grab a good pussy?
Chris Lewis asks, "What the fuck are we doing?" Can you
Elaborate.
We're doing a podcast.
elaborate, please? Yeah, this is
We
kind
do
of
this
like a
every week.
podcast. So, if you would like, you can call in. You can ask us about what you're seeing.
Yeah, or you can ask us anything. You can suggest a topic. Bring
Yeah.
something up. Talk to us about it. We,
And then you'll know what we're doing.
yeah.
Hold up, who are you guys voting for? Fucking no one.
I'm gonna
Gary Johnson.
log a vote for go fuck yourself because I think somebody counting votes and having to write in go fuck yourself.
Okay, well, I mean, if
on a
you're gonna do
fucking
that, I'm
form.
gonna do Mickey Mouse.
Yeah, I'm saying Harambe 2016. He died for our sins.
Well, somebody better have.
So, maybe America should just say single for, the next 4 years, find itself.
I'm willing to vote for somebody that'll get in there and then just shut the shit down.
Shake it up.
Marco asks us, do you guys feel the moderators were biased against Trump?
Oh, it wasn't
absolutely.
even close.
On one.
Yeah, and we're not Hillary or Trump fans. Now, if gun to my head, I would say that Hillary would be a safer choice for president because I don't think Donald Trump should be trusted with missile codes. But as far as entertainment value, I was rooting for Trump the whole time. I mean, that shit was really good.
Yeah.
I mean,
I was calling for encore because I knew it was only supposed to be 90 minutes, and they gave it to us. They gave us an encore with their snuck-in question. So, yeah, it was really entertaining to watch Trump just verbally lash, just lash.
And he came in looking for a fight too.
Oh, he did.
You knew he did. And when the moderator sided with Hillary, he just the gloves came off.
Yeah, but he called them all out on it.
He did. Yeah. Why does she get to do it and I don't?
Yeah.
you
times.
didn't interrupt her. She went a minute over.
Right. And it's that condescending tone that he just okay.
And then that one point when he was like, she didn't interrupt you. Like, come on, Anderson, you're overstepping a little bit.
So
here.
can I tell you that I think he picked up a lot of voters last night at one point when he turned around and he said that he would like to appoint a special investigator if he became president to specifically look into Hillary Clinton.
Right.
I don't know, but that was the first moment in last night's debate where I had a Randy Marsh moment, like you were saying earlier, just like, ooh, shit, like. That makes sense.
Did you guys listen to the after speak with the announcers?
No, I don't like to listen to other people babble about shit. Like, kind of like what we're doing. I wouldn't listen to this.
Yeah,
you guys will, but I won't.
I don't know why you guys are listening to us right now, but we appreciate it.
The announcers came on and said, "Okay, Trump's gonna lose a busload of supporters come the next morning. They're just gonna flock away from his campaign like kittens." But
kittens flock.
Yeah,
They
apparently.
frolic. Going through the bases.
But I don't understand where they were coming from. I think they were almost setting it up for this big Hillary win.
Every time that somebody comes out and says, "Fuck, he did it this time. He stepped in the mud. There's no coming back from this." What does he do? He just
Steps in the mud some more.
but he knocks the shit out
No,
right off the
well,
park.
he wears it like a boss. He steps
Yeah.
in the mud and then he wears it around like,
Like,
So
what? I
what?
fucking
yeah,
did it. Like,
yeah,
one of the things she
look
was
at my
saying.
shoes, they're covered in mud. What have you done?
And that's what I've been saying about him the whole time.
One
It's
of the
like
things
he
Hil-
just does that.
Yeah, Hillary was talking about it last night, saying that he doesn't apologize for anything, and you could see it all over his face. He's like, "You're goddamn right."
He's like, I have a lot of fucking money. What do I need to
Yeah.
apologize for?
"Yeah, you can
And
buy my
whereas
apology."
Hillary, something comes out, it's like, oh, gotta wash the hands, gotta smooth the vote.
I think your headphones might be backwards. So if you
Nope.
put them on, they might be uncomfortable.
It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Guys,
Yeah.
this is a brand new setup than we've had for a long time. Any of you guys who've been sticking with us since our first show, you can see that we're putting in a lot of time and effort into making this a much more entertaining show. So, speaking of that, and making part of this entertainment value is your interaction. So, if you guys would go ahead and call in to either 872-267-2578 to give us a little bit of, something to talk
Give us some
about.
content, man.
Yeah, come on.
Contribute to our show.
Jesus
After November
Christ.
5th, we're gonna need it.
Yeah.
We're gonna need something to talk about.
Or just drop a comment right here in the video, and I'm pretty sure all the streams, wherever you guys are finding it, that's the same comment section. So just drop it in there, and we will address you as we have thus far.
Okay. Any more on the debate?
Days.
You mean the train wreck? Sure. No,
Yeah.
I'm good.
What about the fly that everybody's freaking out about? Like,
Oh.
I saw that during the broadcast. I saw the fly in and land. But I don't think it landed on our face. I think it landed on the camera lens.
I think more people. I didn't even see it.
It looked amazing.
I
You
didn't even see it. I just didn't see it.
Aw.
Yeah.
I guess I was
Because I was like, did you see that fly? And then he was like his stream was 2 seconds behind mine. He was like, oh shit, there's a fly.
I was more just watching their train
It
wreck.
did look like it landed right on our nose and hung out for a second and flew away. And she
Yo,
didn't
what's up,
blink.
Retro? Haven't seen you in a while. Got the new show going on. It's awesome that you found us here on Facebook. And Mike, we went over this a little bit earlier, but dude back here is circled because he's just straight up mean mugging, and it's hilarious. Just take a look at him. Like
He's the dude from all the memes. So if you need a point of reference,
yeah, he is just look at him for a while. He will stare into your soul.
yeah, that's why he's circled. Just because he looks angry as shit.
Yep.
And we like that.
Yeah, we like his devotion to his anger.
Devotion to anger.
Yeah. Good, man, good. Let the hate flow through you.
All right, so
Topic change!
So I'm interested in hearing about this whole Titanic thing.
Titanic
Thing. You know,
Yeah.
it's
It was a
sank.
ship. There was
Yeah.
a lot of people who...
Okay,
You
but
see it. You see it.
yeah,
Kinda
yeah.
sank.
I put the background.
Okay. I wouldn't.
Oh,
we
we have a caller.
Caller!
We have a
Caller
caller.
glasses on. Hello. Thank you for calling. Question your perception. You are live. How are you doing tonight? Hello?
Caller. Oh, they hung up. Okay,
Ah.
so we lost our caller. That's too bad. Caller, if you regrow some balls, call us back.
Yes. Listen, there is a lot of you guys here paying attention to what we're doing. So anybody you want to call in, talk about what we're talking about, or just give us something brand new to go off about, by all means, just hit us up. And you can do that either here at 872-267-2578 or drop something into the chat.
And it doesn't even have to be anything we're talking about. You can interrupt us and call us assholes or whatever.
Yeah.
That's fun.
Yeah,
Yeah.
whatever you guys would like to
Whatever
do.
you want to do, man, give us a call. So let's continue on to this Titanic
Thing.
Thing.
Well, I say thing because I don't want to call it a conspiracy theory because
get the hats out.
Conspiracy theory right ahead.
yeah, so that's why I said thing.
Here we
I'm
go.
gonna add that to the movie.
Yeah, right.
Digitally remastered.
Okay, so Bill,
But
we'll let you go ahead.
With you.
okay, well, we all know the Titanic thing. Titanic sank, and it was pretty
April
straightforward.
14th, 1912. Look it up.
Yeah.
Saved on the date.
Pretty much hit an iceberg, went down not too much longer, and there seems to be some questions floating around cyberspace
Okay.
whether or not the Titanic sunk. Now,
Ooh.
I'm looking at it, right?
Okay.
I think I am. It turns out that there's a possibility that what we're looking at right there, that little picture, might not be the Titanic.
Ooh. Well, I've kind of done a little bit of research about this.
If that's not the Titanic, what
Oh.
boat is that?
Oh,
Ooh.
well, most people don't realize that there were 3 ships.
Yep, the White
The-
Star Line.
The White Star Line had 3 ships, all sister ships. The Titanic, the Olympic, and the Britannic. Now, the Olympic was launched first, back in 1912. Okay? The Titanic was launched in 1915, or whenever it's saying.
14.
And then the Britannic
12,
was launched much later.
Yeah, it was the Olympic was launched in it was March 1911.
March,
and
yeah,
then-
you're right.
And then the Titanic was
The Titanic.
the Titanic was launched on April 14th, 1912.
Okay, Forrest.
So, anyways,
Now, there's a possibility, there's some facts roaming around, that the ship that we all know sank. It might have been misidentified, because they identified the Titanic, the wreckage, off parts that said the Titanic.
right.
Pretty much straightforward. If it says the Titanic on the ship, it's got to be the Titanic, right?
That would be your thought process.
Except that the first ship that was launched, the Olympic, was involved in several wreckages. Okay? It had actually wrecked several times.
One of
3,
the
I think.
biggest ones being with the HMS
HMS
Hawk.
Hawk, right.
Yeah. which actually hit it so hard that it broke open the side of the bow and actually it was so damaging that it was above the waterline and below, and was all or like 3 decks were completely compromised.
They actually state when they got the Olympic seaworthy again after the accident that it actually had a list to the port.
Yeah.
It was about a degree or so.
Brett, if you want to know what's going on here, you can either call in to this line or you can ask any question.
So it got hit so hard it bent the boat?
It bent the boat, broke the rudders and everything.
Yeah.
Now, White Star, they were on the verge of bankruptcy. I mean, they were going under, and they were going under fast. They sank every little bit of money they had into these ships. They got bailed out by an American guy, J.P. Morgan. Okay?
Yep.
So
who canceled actually going on the Titanic much later.
As did Milton Hershey.
Yeah.
Which I love that story. But after the accident, they didn't want to take this boat off the sea because you're going to lose revenue like that. So they repaired it as fast as it could.
But where did they repair it?
Now here's where it gets a little crazy. The ships were actually built in Belfast. Okay?
Which is Ireland.
Right, Ireland, yes.
Yeah.
Now, when they went back to Belfast to repair the Olympic, there's been speculation that they actually used parts of the Titanic, which was being built, to repair the Olympic to get it seaworthy again. And then the speculation also goes on that after that, they decided because of an insurance reason, I mean, this boat was going to be tossed, they're going to sail it under the Titanic name.
Yep. Because it's already completely damaged, and there is actually video that shows when the Titanic is pulling out. You can see, which would be a brand new ship because it's the first time it's ever leaving port. You can see in the video, which is very few actual videos of it, you can see the damage where the Hawk hit the Olympic, but it's on the Titanic. Also, another thing that's interesting, if you look up here on the picture behind me, okay, this up here on the Titanic was actually rounded.
Right.
All right. Now on the wreckage, it's flat, which doesn't make sense. Also, right over here were portholes. Now, during the construction of the Titanic itself had 14 portholes that ran the entire width or length of the front of the ship. Now, by the time that it sank, for some reason, each side had 16 portholes. Also, you have windows up here, which on the Titanic were evenly spaced. But when you look at the wreckage on at the bottom of the ocean, all you see is inconsistencies throughout those windows. So it kind of shows that there's no, it's not the same ship. And if you sit there and you follow the money, as Colton Brooks says, it really does lead back to it being one big-ass insurance scheme.
Absolutely. You think this multi-million-dollar ship back in 1914 or wherever it was, that's a lot of money.
Yep.
And J.P. Morgan owned the majority of White Star at the time.
Oh, yeah.
This guy's making out like a bandit.
And now just take a look at what, those names were pretty big then. Now take a look at what those names, mean today. J.P.
Huge.
Morgan and Chase,
Right.
Oh, my God.
Biggest investment bank in the country, I think.
Almost the world.
Right.
I thought Wells Fargo was the big... Well, are they in...
I don't think they're an investment bank.
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
But, there are a lot of things surrounding this incident that, I mean, they just don't really add up.
Yeah.
The captain, E.J.
Smith.
E.J. Smith, he was actually the captain of the Olympic.
When the wreck happened.
When the wreck happened.
Everything.
So this guy wrecks a ship twice.
Now,
he wrecked their ship twice.
See, one of the main identifiers of the Titanic, and that this is the Titanic on the bottom of the ocean, is that on the propeller, they have found the stamp 401. Now, 401, this was the 401st ship built by the White Star Line.
Right.
So, because of that that's its stamp. Well, when it was moored next to the Titanic in Belfast, it had actually broken one of the propeller blades in the Hawk wreck. So they turned around and they actually used one of the Titanic propellers to get it back on there so they could get it back out on the ocean and back out there making money. So even the fact that it went down, that's cool and all, but, this could still just be the Olympic down there, and all you're seeing is that part that they interchanged off of it.
Right, because that's how they identify the wreck.
Right, and it's sitting side by side, so you're telling me that it wouldn't be hard over a week's time span
And
for a
that's-
ship this size on a boatyard that size not to switch all the linens out,
Right.
all the things that would be its identifier. And
One of the
good to
first
go.
officers who was on the Olympic, an interview with him later on, had said when he stepped on, it was actually one of the only people who survived the Titanic wreck, but one of the officers, said that when he stepped on there, he's noted as saying, "I didn't want to be back on this ship."
Now here's the thing I want to
That's the Olympic.
I want to say here
He
too.
would know.
Now, there's a third ship that's actually involved in all this, and it was actually the HMS California. All right,
Oh,
now
yes.
the California was a steam coal ship, just like the Titanic and the Olympic, but it was much, much smaller. Now, the California, is a type of ship that would only be filled with cargo or people and sailed across. It would not go with it being empty, because at this point, in 1912, you're talking about a coal strike or a coal crisis.
Right,
rather.
coal crisis, yeah.
So to take a ship like that and then only pack it full of 300 jumpsuits and 300 wool blankets and ship it across the fucking ocean is pretty insane. Not to mention the fact that they just... We'll get there.
Okay.
But they just happened to stop and start warning about icebergs 12 miles away from where Titanic's wreckage took place. On top of that, it is owned by White fucking Star Line.
Right, J.P. Morgan actually commissioned the sailing. He was on the California at one point. He was on the ship that saved some passengers.
Right. So, all this stuff going down, and you see the clear laid, you see it clearly laid for a massive insurance scam that at the end of the day, the people who benefited from it are now some of the most prominent families inside of the world today. Because the Morgan family is disgustingly rich. And I see here that Brandon Sealock is asking, why is this so important and why are we talking about ships? It's because, it might have started with something as innocuous as the Titanic that happened to, well, maybe not innocuous. That's kind of a couple thousand people died. But something that can be easily attached to Leonardo DiCaprio to honestly turning around and linking it back to the...
Now, this is something that I've heard that is separate from that. And that not only, it could still be an insurance scam, but also... On the Titanic, there were lots of very prominent people and lots of very powerful people, and most of which were people that opposed the Federal Reserve. They didn't want the Federal Reserve to happen, and they were all on this boat. Well, when the boat went down, so did opposition to the Federal Reserve.
That's an interesting
Yeah,
theory.
I haven't heard that
Yeah,
one.
not once.
That's a fun one.
I mean, when did the Titanic sink?
1912.
Yeah.
April 14th.
When was the Federal Reserve created?
That's a good question. Google. Let's go find out.
Okay, Google. When was the Federal Reserve created?
Fact checking right here so we don't get it wrong.
We don't need it. We don't need Hillary's website.
23rd, 1913.
December 23rd, 1913.
A year later.
A little
Boom.
bit more than a year later. So
Boom.
That's pretty good, Scott.
Yeah, nice little.
I like that.
He dug deep
See, that's
on that
why,
one.
that's
and
why we have Scott here.
Hail Mary pass and it lands. So
see, and that's just something that I heard in passing. I didn't know any of that other stuff. That's just that's a little snippet that I stored away. I'll look into that.
This
someday.
might come off one day.
I'll look into that someday. I guess I just never got around to it.
But I think with something as you put it, innocuous, but it's not really innocuous. It's,
Yeah.
I mean, thousands of people died here. 1,000 plus.
But it goes to show you what things can be used in these kind of situations, like a boat wreckage can be used to
I'm not sure.
Either-
I think we may have froze. No, it looks like we're coming back.
to heighten power. No, I'm watching this live.
Are we moving?
We're moving.
We're not moving.
Yeah, we are.
We're jumping around.
Uh-oh.
Why don't you kill that so that we're not taking up bandwidth? And if anybody has any information for us, just give us a call or any questions. Somebody called earlier, but they pushed out. So
Yeah, somebody
And we
call us
want
back.
to talk to people.
Yeah.
I mean, Titanic, Deep 8, it doesn't matter. It really doesn't. If the more people we talk to, the better. I mean, and you might even change our minds.
Yeah, it would be really awesome. I don't like you said, I don't really care if it's about the Titanic, the debates. If you want to call in and discuss the finer arts of how to make a quiche, by all means, let's do it. So,
I'll give you that recipe later.
yeah, dude, I got an awesome recipe for a quiche. Hell yeah, use the sweet potatoes. Anyway, anybody, we would love to talk to you. Right up here on the other side, though. Over there. 872-267-2578.
Yeah, just give us a call and let us know whether you love us, hate us, call us assholes. Apparently Rick said video is good, so it might just be something that I'm seeing on our end. Usually when the upstream takes up everything, the downstream slows down. So
So, we've got some people here who are definitely dropping some comments. This is why I didn't want to go away. Let's see. Just discovered after all these years, the pools on the ships are still full.
Yeah, I remember that one.
Good one.
Yeah. Okay, Reddit troller. I've seen that one.
Colton Brooks, iceberg, please. There's something deeper here. Dwight.
Usually icebergs are way deeper.
Yeah, only
bigger
10%
on the
above,
top. Yeah. Dwight also said heard Jesus is there too. Somebody says like
Where?
the ocean floor. Russell Lyons says besides the insurance. Dwight says like the other three.
No, somebody says why not talk about something real like when the aircraft carrier got irradiated. I don't know anything.
Are you talking about the Philadelphia experiment?
Yeah, that sounds like the Philadelphia experiment.
But that was a destroyer, though.
Yeah, that was a destroyer, and that wasn't irradiated. That was completely
That was a
different.
time warp.
Yeah, Corbin, yeah, our number... Wait, no, that's not our number. Our number is, let's see...
86. He said 8675309.
Yeah, it's right there, bud. So...
Yeah, the number is right there.
Tommy Two-Tone, I believe.
Yeah, right there. Yeah, so give us a call. We really want to hear from you.
How about the yellow cake found in Iraq and some guys are dying? Dude, I like sponge cake, personally. At other times, I could really go for angel food, especially when you got, like, the chocolate drizzled over it. It's my shit.
No, I like the yellow cake with the chocolate icing. You can't beat that shit, man.
That's
I like the marble cake.
No, fuck you. That's weird.
Oh, no, you got to have the mix. I'm all about, equality. That's my middle name.
That's my middle name. Bill Equality Godin. Right on over here. Guys, drop like we've been saying, either call us in or give us something to talk about here. I know we had somebody reference the Manhattan Project, and that's actually kind of interesting. I don't have any of the time frame there. I don't, unfortunately, but what the the Philadelphia experiment was is they took a destroyer and they had a couple sailors on it.
Yep.
Everything like that, and they started hitting it with extreme radiation, gamma rays, things like that, to attempt to alter the reality around the ship so they could cloak it, and essentially transport it from one sector of the world to another. Well, they turned around and, according to some reports and some people, they say that they successfully made it disappear, but it came back.
It came right back.
And people, like the people who were on it, were fused into the metal, and that
Now, one of the sailors, who was, I believe it was his father that was on their ship. Now, he's the one who initially came out. I believe the last name was Gonzalez. He's the one that initially came out and said that it was fused, that there was a person fused to the inside of the thing, and he has come back and said, listen, I made that up.
Okay. Well, he's a tool.
Right. Well, no, the problem with that is, it was 30 years later, where
True.
he came out and said, I made it up. And his knowledge of what supposedly happened is just so bizarre.
We have Jennifer Gilder says they were experimenting with the time dilation and quantum entanglement.
Very good, Jennifer.
Thank you.
Yes.
Now, quantum entanglement, I've heard of this. It's where they can entangle two particles and then stretch them like super far, and then when they do something to the one particle, the other particle reacts.
Yeah.
Well, it reacts like no matter how far away it is.
Okay.
So like they've been doing experiments with that. Then I think they took a particle to space and even did it.
Yeah, I wasn't aware of that.
Yeah,
That's why there's 3 of us, because
Quantum-
shit that one of us doesn't know, the rest of us do.
quantum mechanics fascinates the hell out of me.
Oh,
right
my
now.
gosh.
I wish I had the patience to sit down and learn more about it. I need more little cartoons, like the ones that taught me about the double slit experiment and stuff.
Or the dinosaurs.
Yeah, I need more little cartoons with.
You need South Park to run that episode. That's what you need.
You know what? Hey, if anybody actually knows this woman, her name's Christina Melroyce. She runs this really weird site called Christians Against Dinosaurs. If anybody out there ever has communication with her, can you give her that number right there? Tell her to call us, because fuck, I want to talk to her.
Christians Against Dinosaurs.
Yes. Yeah.
I want to talk to that lady.
And it's just a bunch of people like that go online and say, "Well, I went and I walked around my yard. And I didn't find any dinosaur bones. So I guess they didn't exist."
Buck Altman Scott says that you look like you should be riding around on a hoverboard chasing after Doc Brown. I love it.
With that giant shark coming down.
Yeah, I guess I'm more Marty McFly than usual.
Jennifer told you should read the Elegant Universe, best crash course ever for your quantum entanglement. Thank you for that.
The Elegant Universe, I'll remember that.
Definitely going to be looking into that.
We're going to be, particle physicists by the end of this.
You know, Michael, you say that, you don't know who we are, but you wonder about what conversations we have inside of our smoke circles. That's actually kind of funny. Although we have episodes before, previous episodes discussing where we stand on marijuana, no one here currently smokes. So,
Yeah.
I
never smoked, and I'm kind of against it. So I mean, I don't know what smoke circle you think I'm in.
Yeah.
But let me know.
Yeah, Bill's
So Tom Muhammad, is that a real question, or are you just kind of What do you stating it? ask? He said, well, the Bible says the world is 3,000 years old. You can't believe in the literal Bible and most of science.
And most of science? You can't believe in most of science?
Now,
Well, most of science can't you believe in?
yeah, are you talking like a certain field of science? Or are you just saying science in general?
Like geology, like the rock people or something? I don't know where you're going
Yeah,
with.
like, what are you... Do you
Please,
do you
call
just
in.
hate knowledge? Yeah,
Yeah,
call in.
call in.
Call
I
in
wanna
and tell
talk
us
to
why
you.
you hate knowledge at 872-267-2578.
What's your beef with learning and fucking...
I mean,
yeah, please have one.
Because
I mean,
trust us, we've actually on this show in prior episodes have laid down what our problem is with the education system as well.
well as the differences between Bible and science.
Yeah, so I mean, these are all things that if you come back and listen and go back and listen to some of our previous episodes, or go to questionyourperception.org and check out some of our podcast streams over there, you can really kind of get an idea of where we are at mentally with the topics that we talk about, and then you can kind of see why we have such random ass episode names and subject titles.
Yeah, because, I mean, we just talk about whatever we want. This is a podcast about everything.
Right, I mean, we actually say that on our website.
It's a podcast about everything, so nothing's off the table.
We like the fact that it's a little loose, not as strict. Here's what we're going to cover, and that's the end of it.
Okay, what is New Earth creationism? What is that? Jennifer, call in. Tell us about it, because
Yes, tell
I've
us all
never
about
heard about that. So call in and tell me about
We want to
that.
talk to Jennifer.
Yeah. Let's see. Michelle Drew. Sorry, not Michael. Alicia Michelle Drew. How can you believe in something that has been written and the original version has vampires and stuff? I'd rather see to believe science proves my views.
Yeah, well,
The Bible.
we don't fancy the Bible either.
We don't fancy it as a fact-based book.
Now, when we're talking vampires in the Bible, are we talking like the Twilight kind, or are we talking like
I think you're talking about like
Lost Boys?
Lazarus.
Oh, okay.
Rising from the dead type thing. I think that's what they
We
when
have
they
a caller.
Hello,
Caller,
hello, you are live.
Hey, so you guys want to talk about New Earth creationism?
Yes, we do.
we do.
Okay, so are you guys in Ken Ham Creationist Museum? Have you guys seen all of that craziness?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Okay.
I particularly enjoyed
So-
the debate that he did with Bill Nye. That was great.
Oh, yeah, it was absolutely fabulous. And Bill Nye has actually made a second and third visit there, and there are actually videos of him walking through with different people in the museum. But New Earth creationism is the belief that the Earth can be dated simply by the timeline that's outlined in the Bible. So the way that I was raised is that the Earth is just over 6,000 years old. Now, granted, my mind has obviously been greatly liberated from that point, but that is a branch of fundamental Christianity that not only exists, but is actually very heavily practiced in the South by families that are involved in similar homeschool groups as the Duggars, who I was actually raised alongside.
Wow. Okay.
Okay, that's interesting.
Yeah, the South. I saw a chart not too long ago where the southern states like Louisiana and Texas, especially, they about 55% of their population actively goes to church every Sunday versus like 22% here in Pennsylvania.
Wow.
Yes, that's absolutely correct. And I mean, I currently live in Arkansas, and what I can tell you is that people don't start conversations with you by anything else other than where you go to church. That's generally the first question.
Okay, I mean, that's an icebreaker, but I
Yeah.
just don't quite understand the whole... I guess everybody has their own beliefs, and they need those beliefs, but as far as actually espousing those beliefs and almost making them sound fact, I'm just not getting it.
So my question is, okay, because you say that you've
Been liberated.
You've been liberated from this mindset. Was that almost like the same sort of aha moment that you had when you were a kid and found out like Santa Claus wasn't real? Like, were you like, oh shit, I've been duped this whole time? Or were you saddened like, oh wow, I can't believe so many people are being led astray?
I mean, frankly, it was a beautiful moment. It's a much more wide open reality to see the scope of human history and the scope of the history of our planet as it actually stands against the backdrop of the cosmos. So for me, anyway, it was a very freeing experience. However, it did come with some consequence as far as backlash from the community.
Was it a long-standing thing, whereas it wasn't like, okay, in 1 week you believe this and the next week you believe this? Was it a slow process, changing your whole belief system, or did it happen rather fast?
It was a very slow process, and I will give my parents this credit very much in that they encouraged me to read doctrines outside of what their belief system was. So I started reading the Apocrypha and the Colburn Bible, and then I started bleeding over into reading purely secular literature, and that is where I started putting the pieces together for myself.
Now,
but I was encouraged to do so.
Is there anything that you kind of hold your old beliefs to yet, or like, is there anything that you kind of hold on to yet?
Outside of the general morality that when you hurt, I hurt. Outside of those basic beliefs, no, not really, not at all. I'm actually an atheist.
Okay.
All right.
Alrighty. Well, Jennifer, thank you for calling in and kind of giving us the lowdown of what that is and telling us your story. Thank you very much for giving us your time.
Absolutely happy to do so. Thanks for having me.
Yeah.
All right. Thanks. Have a good night.
Take it easy.
Well, that's pretty interesting. I know I grew up in sort of like a little bit of a religious family. My mom took us to a Pentecostal church, which those are kind of like the more, speaking in tongues, and they really get into it. It was really bizarre. And then my mom kind of realized, wow, this is probably doing some psychological damage to my kids, so we're not going to do that. And for me, it was a long time. I was more afraid of the prospect of what if I was wrong and God is really real. And then it came to the point where it's like, why would I think that? Like, it's just obvious to me that I should be an atheist.
We're getting fucking quotes from Monty Python in here. It's not a matter of where he grips it. It's a matter of weight ratio.
Oh man.
Hail,
Maybe
hail,
it was an African swallow.
hail Monty Python.
Laden or unladen? Oh man.
So guys, as you can see that we love interacting with you, so either drop something down on the comments or give us a call in. As you saw, we will talk to you about anything.
And we're all interested to learn. So if you have something that you may want to teach us or something that you might want to turn us to and say, hey, you guys should check that out, definitely give us a call.
And
we're paying attention to the comments a little bit, Matt more than me, because right now they're cycling through so quick.
Yep. Paul Baker seems to say if we don't believe in God, not only do we have issues, but that we're lost because God is real.
I know right where I'm at. Actually.
Hey, Paul. Yeah, I know
I have
exactly
a
where I'm at.
GPS
I'm
on my
actually right.
phone.
I'm standing in front of the Titanic right now, which is super dope. It's kind of
Hey,
cold.
Olympic. Maybe.
Oh yeah, this might be the Olympic. That's right. Portholes.
Maybe we don't know
Portholes.
where we
That's
are.
right. I was really convincing about that. So portholes.
But the flat thing that you guys were talking
flat
about.
thing up here as well.
Is that the bridge? Is that what that is?
That's what or
bridge?
promenade deck actually, but maybe the bridge. I don't know.
Yeah, he's actually right at the promenade deck.
See, I haven't been on a ship yet.
Yeah.
Don't you go on cruises?
Yeah.
No, next week.
His
Or next
glasses
month,
are
actually.
see-through.
I don't think so.
Or am I? Oh.
Oh, that's good stuff.
Yeah.
Hey, and mine are blue, just like the water.
Yeah. Well,
Because it's seeing the water behind you. Your power of observation is astonishing.
As well as the.
Yep.
I
So
like
we
technology.
have a lot of fun with our green screen. We have a lot of fun interacting with you guys. Yeah, this whole Titanic thing, like
The thing.
the Titanic thingy. Yeah.
Yeah, just
So-
a massive ass ship.
So you guys are pretty convinced that that's not the Titanic, that's the Olympia.
I'd say
Olympic.
there's a chance.
Yeah, I would say 60-40.
Yeah,
60-40 sounds
60-40.
legit.
And if anybody ever wants to call in, give me a new conspiracy theory. I'm all up for this.
Hey, Calden Brooks says, "Learn the truth. We are in a war now."
Okay.
Well,
We've
can I
been
kill
in a
this?
war a long time.
Well, I'd like to say, and I can't remember where I'm stealing this from, but in order for there to be a war, doesn't there have to be two armies fighting against each other? Because we don't really have a war. And at the end of the day, when you have like a truce or a peace treaty, there's usually like an exchanging of prisoners.
Right.
I don't think we're ever going to accept a surrender from Mr. Big Bad Terrorist.
Yeah, that's.
And are we going to give terrorists back to Big Bad Terrorists?
We've done that, but whatever.
But
Well,
it's
yeah, but
it
not
just
in the
seems
way
like-
not the way that it happens at war. There was no massive POW.
I mean, what war is he talking about, though?
Probably the proxy war with Russia, as actually Jennifer just said. There's quite a bit going on, not only with us and our interference in South China and the South China Sea, but then you also have with what's going on
Syria.
with Russia, with not only what's going on in Syria, but then what's also going on with oh, god damn it, where else are they trying to fucking invade? Guys, I'm sorry.
Dude,
Ukraine.
Dude,
It's
you
fucking
guys are so
Ukraine.
much better at keeping up with this shit. Like, whenever I try to look into it, I can never remember where we're at and why we're there, and how long we've been there, and
Well,
where
if
we
you-
came from. I don't... Well,
Why we're there to get their stuff.
Yeah,
Well, yeah,
that's it.
that-
Resources,
yeah,
resources.
to get their stuff. Because they're doing something we don't like, and we need
But
to
we
set
want
them
to
straight.
throw democracy
Oh,
on
yeah, freedom.
everybody.
Oh yeah, slather it on with a side of freedom.
And we have another call. This looks like it's coming from Pennsylvania itself.
Hello, you are live.
Caller, you're live.
Buena.
Hello.
You're live, caller.
Hi. How's it going?
Hey, how you doing?
So I was kind of curious. Why aren't you guys covering actual legitimate conspiracies, whatnot, instead of going off on dumbass tangents? What I mean by that is when you have things such as there is literally an entire Navy aircraft carrier pulled off Fukushima. They surge deployed it because they were sucking up water from the ocean floor from Fukushima, irradiated the fucking thing, and almost half the crew has died or is coming down with cancer. And the Navy swept it under the rug. Nobody's talking about it. Who knew? They just replaced it. How about the yellow cake? Me and my boys found, and one just died from his double lung transplant because because it's a byproduct of enriching uranium.
Now, when you say
you
and your boys are you an active duty military or?
Yeah, I am.
Okay,
so are you stationed near this?
Do what?
Are you stationed anywhere near this, or are you stateside?
Stateside now, but
okay.
My point is though, when you guys are joking about yellow cake and being spongy. No, literally, it's a dry substance. It's radioactive. It comes off enriched uranium.
Well, we know what it is.
We get that. Part of what we do here is entertainment as well, and shit, we are getting blown up call wise.
So we're gonna cancel this other call because I'd like to keep talking to you.
Sure.
The thing is, we have an hour each week. So if we're covering one thing on 1 week. Especially we don't know anything about this, so it's great that you're calling to tell us about this because now we have something to look up and to address next week. So this Titanic thing just happened to be something that was circling around. It resurfaced on the internet lately, and these guys looked into it. I didn't, and I wanted them to educate me on the air while educating everybody else on what they knew. So we appreciate your suggestion.
Okay. Well, how about other things too? Like, did you know there's for the little Priuses, one of the heavy metal lithium mines and whatnot? We bombed an NGO camp to make sure that way they wouldn't, pull out all the mass atrocities with all the heavy metals coming out.
Oh wow! So
you guys never talked about that.
Well,
it made the news, but they didn't say why.
Well, at the same time, we are three guys in our own studio. We're not the news. So, I mean, at some points, we might decide. I mean, before, at one point, we have literally talked about something as retarded as Colin Kaepernick on this show. It's because
we talked about duck rape on this
duck
show.
rape. We talk about
this
whatever
is a podcast
really
about everything.
want to.
It's not specifically conspiracy theories.
Yeah, just because we happen to have been on a conspiracy theory tonight doesn't mean that's
we've
what
covered
we
other
say.
ones, we're like, this is what, episode 7?
Yeah.
So we have a lot of ground to cover. So please stay tuned because we plan on like we said, podcasts about everything.
And drop us a line with info. I mean, we're gonna read them.
Yeah, you can send us links right to our Facebook page. We'll check them out, and as long as you don't send us 80 million, we'll
we'll definitely.
We're only three guys.
Take a look at it.
Yeah, so pick like your 3 or 4 best links, send them over, and we'll check them out. And if we decide that we're gonna talk about them, we'll talk about them.
Hell yeah.
But we're winding down to the end of the show. I appreciate you calling.
Cool.
Yeah.
You too. Take it easy, man.
All right. See ya. Yeah. So anytime you want to call and suggest content, please do. We welcome it. Even if you're not as pleased with the content that you're seeing right now,
we can always. We can always cover something.
Yeah.
Gucci Mane was cloned by the Illuminati.
Yeah.
Agreed. No.
All right. Okay.
That's that other caller.
This is the other caller. We'll take this and then we'll go.
Hello. You are live.
Caller, you're live.
Hello.
Anybody home?
Caller.
Hello, caller.
You've been pre-approved for a...
All right, caller, we're going to let you go. Good night.
Wait, I heard things. Caller, did you butt dial us? This is probably that dude from earlier.
Yeah. All right, guys.
I think it was.
Well, we appreciate you watching. Please check us out on YouTube and questionyourperception.org. And
we're on iTunes. We're on Google.
Anything else?
Yeah, also don't forget to tune in to LRN.FM starting on November 4th to check out my new show along with Severin Freeman. It is the Freedom Paradox. It will be nationally broadcasted live every Friday evening at 10 p.m. So until next week, guys, you stay safe. Make sure that, when you film anything, whether it's a cat video, a police video, anything, film like this, not like this. Like this.
Look like David Copperfield doing that.
And then also, last but not least, Bill, final thought.
Just, realize that it's 3 of us here. We want to cover as much as we can. We have a lot to talk about, regardless of anybody else calling in, but we just want to hear from everybody.
And for me, guys, if you are out and you are driving around and you happen to have a hankering for some food, by all means, swing on over into Burger King where they have the 2 Whopper Jr. sandwiches for $3.99.
Okay, and my final thought is never advertise anything for free. Don't be saying unless they paying, man.
See you next week, guys.
Have fun.